Whoa, guys, we have 4 volcanoes in the same area acting up at the same time. Imagine 4 volcanic eruptions in the same area and you live there. And that's not all. Where are they located? They are located at the culprit that we're talking about quite often right now, the Pacific Ring of Fire. This horseshoe ring with most of the world's volcanoes, with most of the world's large earthquakes, basically where the plates are subducting. And here we have 4 volcanoes acting up in Kamchatka. You might not have guessed, this is an area that has the most volcanoes of the Pacific Ring of Fire. Is Shizzy hitting the fizzy in Kamchatka? It's the Siberian Kamchatka Peninsula that is located on the Pacific Ring of Fire. And yeah, we know this horseshoe ring of fire that has the world's most volcanoes and earthquakes where the plates are subducting is unusually active. I have reported about this. But now listen to this. 2 volcanoes in Kamchatka have produced ash clouds today. A total of 4 volcanoes are currently erupting. 3 of the volcanoes are on alert level orange. So it's green, yellow, orange. Green is basically a nothing burger. Yellow is like, oh, watch out. Orange is like, Shizzy's about to hit the fizzy. And red is like, okay, forget about it, right? So orange alert, 3 of the volcanoes, and 1 is on yellow alert. And now they will be a tongue breaker, guys, but I will try. Kamchatka, let's talk about this first before we go in detail with the volcanoes. Kamchatka is a very unique place and a very interesting place because it was born of fire and ice like the earth itself. But for most of the earth, though, the violence of creation has ended long ago, but Kamchatka has never ever seen quiet. Its history is one of continuous violence. And the native people of Kamchatka are intimately familiar with this history. They have always feared the peninsula's volcanoes, whose peaks they believe to be inhabited by mountain spirits known as Gomules. The Kamchatka Peninsula is the northern link in the 2,000 kilometer, 1,400 mile long Kuril-Kamchatka island arc. And now it comes, guys, listen to this. This region contains 68 active volcanoes. Active, 68, over 10% of the total active volcanoes found on land anywhere on Earth. So this arc, this Kuril-Kamchatka arc, of course, it is part of the Ring of Fire, Pacific Ring of Fire, that horseshoe string of volcanoes that is encircling the Pacific Ocean. The existence of that Pacific Ring of Fire, by the way, is explained by plate tectonics. So the Earth's surface is, as we know, fractured into a number of rigid plates that move in slow motion. And the fastest plates move only a few inches per year, or about as fast as fingernails grow. And the Ring of Fire is formed where the Pacific plate collides with other tectonic plates. The Pacific plate is sliding underneath the other plates, the subduction zones. It's subducting. It's plunging into the earth at a steep angle. It's going down. And as the Pacific plate sinks into the hot interior of the earth, melting occurs. And then, because it's melted, the resulting magma is coming up. That's why we see all these volcanoes. And for those of you who live on the West Coast, like I do, lots of volcanoes. We're looking at them every day from Mount Baker, Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, Mount Adams, Mount Hood, and many, many others. But not nearly as bad as Kamchatka. So now, several volcanoes on the Kamchatka Peninsula are active simultaneously. And 3 with orange level, that is quite substantial. So we have Bezimiani, that's the volcano, has alert level. Yellow has last generated ash clouds and pyroclastic flows just recently at the end of April. It's currently continuing to build up its lava dome, and it's emitting that's what we can see, weak thermal radiation. A small hotspot on this volcano can be seen in the infrared range in satellite images on the Sentinel image that we're seeing here. You know, there is no local surveillance stations that would be checked every day. This is hostile territory. It's very cold. It's not really nice to and very easily accessible. And then above Bezimiany we have right away the other one, Kuril-Kamchatka. It has a crater that also shows a weak thermal anomaly, heat. Where is the heat coming from in such a cold area? So this is associated with eruptions that it has shown, Strombolian eruptions, which have increased in intensity in recent days, has spewed out ash and particles. And what can be seen that these eruptions are increasingly producing not only these glowing tephra rocks, they glow like orange, especially at night, but also volcanic ash. And a surveillance agency from Japan in Tokyo has confirmed that volcanic ash from that guy rose to an altitude of 4,600 meters, which corresponds to above 300 meters above crater level. Then we have an old friend, I've reported about it quite a bit, Shiveluch, the Shiveluch volcano. That's the second volcano in Kamchatka with orange alert. It's erupting on two domes simultaneously, as if one wasn't enough. So there seem to be also thermal anomalies. And it has also erupted today, has produced ash clouds that have triggered warnings. The ash rose up to 4,300 meters. And the third of the orange volcanoes is Karymsky. So the situation here is similar to Shiveluch. There's traces of ash that can be seen in the snow if you look at satellite pictures. So we have to wait and see what is going to happen. Location, Shiveluch and Kuril-Kamchatka, they're located in the northern central part of Kamchatka near the town of Kliuchi, roughly 50 kilometers away. So their eruptions mainly threaten Kliuchi and nearby rural areas. And our guy Karymsky is located roughly 300 kilometers from Shiveluch in central Kamchatka. Closest population centers roughly 125 kilometers south. So only Shiveluch and Kuril-Kamchatka are close enough to potentially threaten the same town. So guys, that was just a quick overview of what's going on the Pacific Ring of Fire, because we see earthquakes repeatedly in Japan, in Middle America, in other areas. So it's really, really rumbling. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw several volcanic eruptions simultaneously. I would love to see that, how that would look from the air. Yeah, if you like this video, leave it a like, subscribe, and check out the video on the end screen. Absolute disaster going on in Switzerland after a mountain collapsed on a glacier that then collapsed and buried a whole village. I mean, really buried, like 665 feet of debris, rock, and glacier fell onto the whole village. And then it has created a lake that has flooded and drowned the last few homes that were not covered by that mudslide. They call it Ground Zero. Blatten is the name of the village, Blatten Ground Zero. So you should really check that out. I have a playlist and I'm putting a few videos here in the end screen. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to support the channel, check the links in the description. You can buy me a coffee on my Buy Me a Coffee site link is here. If you leave me a message, I will answer with a video message, and you can video me back so we can actually video chat with each other. So thanks for your supers. Thanks for all my members that are supporting this channel with a monthly membership. A new video only for you guys is coming out shortly. And I hope you're doing great. And I hope we'll see you very, very soon on this channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.